A personal sacrifice I made for Crafty Corner was when we started Crafty Corner. I was still teaching full-time. In the evenings and weekends, I would fulfill customer orders. In some ways, it was a sacrifice, but in others, it was great because we kept our costs low and enabled us to be profitable our first year in business.
A personal sacrifice I made for Feeding America Eastern Wisconsin really is in being a female leader and a mother. Am I going to go to one of my children's events, or am I going to go to one of my organization events? So making that choice really is about who needs what in the moment.
Being a nonprofit executive leader of a statewide organization requires some personal sacrifice. But I have to tell you, the benefits far outweigh the sacrifice. Seeing athletes going for gold, overcoming challenges, and really seeing what true sportsmanship and leadership looks like.
Personal sacrifice I made was to leave a company that I was successful at for a position in the family business. And it's been a real honor for me to work with my father for 7 years before his passing and work with other family members to help maintain the culture of the company.
Well, I remember the days of COVID, and we instantly had 90% of our revenue fall off. The sacrifice personally is put everybody else first. Let's figure out a long-term pathway. We all got a little bit better amidst all of the challenges that we faced because of COVID.
The most important question a leader needs to ask themselves is, am I the right leader? I found for me that I love building ships, not necessarily captaining them. I know that my strength lies in casting the vision of the organization and hiring really smart people to run the mission.
I think the most important question a leader should ask is anyone following? What am I doing as a leader, or what is anyone doing as a leader that they're really pouring into those people around them? You have this army behind you to really help you accomplish some incredible things.
Are they balancing that drive for results with the relationships of all the people who are working with them to get those results? If that balance of results and relationships can be maintained and always a focus, then the results will be there, but so will the relationships and the joy and the fun that can come along with those results.
I think the most important thing that a leader needs to focus on is around vision, inspiration, and motivation. Do folks understand the why around what we're trying to do? Are they inspired to want to do it for a reason that's for the greater good? And then are they motivated on a daily basis when the grind gets tough to chase the outcomes?
Am I creating an environment in my company that'll allow people to be successful and to grow? The culture needs to support the organization by all the employees. They need to understand it. They need to work towards that mission for the company to be successful.
How can I make the largest positive impact today? We don't take that lightly. We want to make sure that we can do everything we can to make that biggest impact for them so they can make an impact for their employees, their family, their community, and everything else around them.
I believe the most important question a leader should ask themselves is really why. Asking the question why really helps me understand as a leader the motivations and the inspiration for the work that I do.
Are they empowering their team? If you don't have a sense of empowerment to do your job, it's not maybe as very fulfilling. You want them to be able to like their job, do their job, and do it well.
How is the institution going to be successful after you leave? Your actions and what you build has to be sustainable so that when you're not there, everybody knows what they're doing and what their goals are.
Am I asking enough questions? Make sure you're always building the muscle of curiosity and also allowing the people around you to have an opportunity to put forth an idea.
Are you still committed, and are you passionate about the work? Every moment of the day, I'm a CEO. You have to be passionate about it. It simply cannot be a job.
What can I do better? Make sure that I'm leading my team in the direction for my company and doing everything I can to support those who work for me.
The recipe for success at Team Lammy is to be really creative and coming up with solutions. That solution is living and breathing and on this earth. What are the new opportunities that we can find a new solution and oftentimes a better solution along the way?
My recipe for success is better every day. What got you here won't get you there. Sometimes it just needs a little more of something or a little less of something else.
I believe any organization that out-hustles its competition will always win at a higher pace. And we see that in sports, we see that in life. We as humans, we can often fall off track, even ourselves. How do we coach them? How do we give them a framework that they can learn from and they can build from?
My recipe for success is number one, passion. Then you sprinkle in some grit along with a focus, and then just a positive can-do attitude. You put those things together, and good things are typically going to happen.
Surrounding myself with an incredible team. It's about bringing on people who are smarter than you are. If you have the right team around you, everything you do is gearing yourself towards success.
My recipe for success, I think, starts with being a human being. People want to work for people that they can connect with and empower them to do their jobs day in and day out. I think that's really important.
The harder I work, the luckier I get. There's no shortcut to being successful. It takes a lot of sacrifice and personal dedication.
Do the best you can, put your heart into it, so that at the end of the day, that body of work, whatever it is, will sum up to something.
If you're determined to get through the problem and you have resilience or grit to keep going when it's not working out well, and you're surrounded by a really great team, the sky's the limit.
Someone that I really admire as a titan of industry is Cint Marshall. She is the CEO of the Dallas Mavericks. I really admire the way she talks about having the courage to lead with authenticity.
I really admire Eunice Kennedy Shriver. She was the founder of Special Olympics, and she saw the struggles that her sister experienced, and she decided to become a pioneer and champion for rights for other individuals with intellectual disabilities.
All of our blood donors that step forward to support our community, it's less than 5% of the population that donates blood. We can't do it without our selfless donors, and so for me, they're the heroes that I look up to every single day.
David Green, he is the founder of Hobby Lobby. I admire the fact that he started something from nothing, and that something is a pretty large something.
It's Dr. Raymond, who is the CEO at the Medical College of Wisconsin. It's just great to see someone in his position managing such a major institution in our community, also just be a great human being.
The person I admire most as a titan of industry is Elon Musk. One thing that I get from Elon Musk is authenticity. I know who I am and where I came from, and most importantly, I know where I'm going. And when I'm authentic, other people can decide whether they want to get behind me and be my tailwind, or they want to stand in front of me and be a headwind.